The Los Angeles Lakers opened the second half of the 2025-26 NBA season on a strong note, defeating the Los Angeles Clippers 125-122 in a hard-fought battle at Crypto.com Arena on Friday night. The victory was defined by several key contributions from multiple players, but none stood out more than the performance of guard Austin Reaves, who returned to the starting lineup after being cleared from the minutes restriction he had been under since coming back from injury earlier this month. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Reaves had been sidelined with a calf injury he re-aggravated on Christmas Day, which kept him out of the lineup for an extended stretch and fundamentally changed the way the Lakers operated on offense. He made a brief return just before the All-Star break, but came off the bench due to precautionary limitations set by the team's medical staff. With the break now in the rearview mirror and the medical team satisfied with his recovery progress, Reaves was reinstated to the starting five and wasted no time reminding everyone exactly what the Lakers had been missing during his absence. The guard finished the night with 29 points on 9 of 15 shooting from the field and an impressive 4 of 5 clip from beyond the three-point line. He was efficient, composed, and decisive throughout the game, displaying the kind of offensive IQ and shot-making ability that had made him one of the top guards in the Western Conference earlier in the season before the injury derailed his momentum. The Lakers needed every single one of those points against a Clippers team that, despite trading away key starters James Harden and Ivica Zubac before the trade deadline, has remained a competitive and scrappy unit under head coach Tyronn Lue. But it was not just the offense that made Reaves the standout player of the night. With the game still very much in doubt in the fourth quarter, Reaves drew an offensive foul on Clippers guard Benedict Mathurin. The call resulted in Mathurin's disqualification from the game, removing a dangerous offensive weapon from the Clippers roster at an absolutely crucial point in the contest. Lakers head coach JJ Redick did not hesitate when asked to identify the biggest play of the game after the final buzzer sounded. "Yeah, I thought the charge was the play of the game," Redick said in his post-game press conference. He added that a second charge attempt in the same sequence would have been the play of the game as well, had the officials made what he believed was the correct call, which they ultimately did not. Regardless of the missed whistle, Redick praised Reaves for a nearly flawless individual effort, noting that despite a couple of turnovers in traffic, his overall efficiency and impact were exceptional from start to finish. Redick also took time to credit other significant contributors, particularly guard Marcus Smart and center DeAndre Ayton, who both made substantial impacts in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line. Smart was a defensive anchor throughout the entire game and then stepped up offensively at a critical juncture, hitting back-to-back shots after going the early part of the fourth quarter without even attempting one. His late offensive surge gave the Lakers the breathing room they needed to close out the Clippers. Ayton, meanwhile, executed the team's defensive game plan with precision, was highly engaged throughout, and made timely and intelligent decisions on the defensive end of the floor. The coaching staff and the fan base will take major confidence from this collective performance. Reaves had been one of the most pleasant surprises of the 2025-26 season in the months prior to his injury, earning legitimate all-star consideration before going down on Christmas Day. His ability to score efficiently from multiple spots on the floor, defend with effort and real intensity despite his physical limitations, and make winning plays like the charge drawn against Mathurin makes him an irreplaceable part of this Lakers team's identity and playoff aspirations. With Luka Doncic also turning in a strong performance alongside Reaves on this particular night, the Lakers looked like the dangerous team many expected them to be when fully healthy. Coach Redick acknowledged after the game that getting all three of their primary offensive options healthy and operating in rhythm is absolutely critical for the rest of the regular season and any deep postseason run. The road ahead is not simple. The Lakers still have real defensive deficiencies to address, but nights like this one provide a clear look at just how potent this offense can be when everyone is firing on all cylinders. The Lakers will look to build on this result as they continue into the second half of their schedule, knowing that the team's ceiling rises dramatically when Austin Reaves is healthy, starting and playing without restrictions. This gritty victory over the Clippers was a powerful reminder that when he is operating at his absolute best, Reaves can be the defining difference maker in close games. Whether it is draining a clutch three-pointer from the corner or stepping in the path of a charging opponent to swing the entire momentum of the game at its most critical moment. In a season that has been plagued by injuries and roster absences, LeBron James once again showed the kind of toughness and commitment that has defined his remarkable career. The veteran forward was listed as questionable on the the injury report Friday with left knee soreness, raising real concerns about his availability for the Lakers' first game back from the All-Star break against the crosstown rival Los Angeles Clippers. However, James went through warm-ups at Crypto.com Arena, was ultimately cleared to play, and took the court that evening despite clearly not being at full physical strength. James finished the game with 13 points on 5 of 13 shooting, adding 3 rebounds and 11 assists in what was clearly not one of his most dominant offensive performances of the season. But his on-court leadership, decision-making ability, and veteran presence helped the Lakers navigate a close and competitive contest that ended with a hard-fought 125-122 victory. After the game, head coach JJ Redick revealed that James had been dealing with more than just the knee issue. The 41-year-old was also battling a migraine throughout the entire contest, making his decision to suit up and compete even more remarkable given those challenging circumstances. When asked about the knee soreness specifically, James explained exactly how and when the problem began. He told reporters that the issue first appeared during a practice session on Thursday, the day before the Clippers game, when the team held a competitive scrimmage as part of their post-All-Star break preparation routine. It happened at practice yesterday during our scrimmage, James explained. I went up for a dunk and came down pretty good. But a couple minutes into the scrimmage after that, I started getting a little soreness and started getting a little tight. Yeah, that's what happened. Despite the discomfort in his left knee and the added challenge of managing a migraine simultaneously, James made it abundantly clear that sitting out was simply not the option he was willing to consider. He has never been one to shy away from difficult circumstances or physical adversity throughout his entire career, and that competitive drive pushed him to find a way to contribute meaningfully even when his body was not cooperating at its usual level. If I'm gonna play, I gotta make something happen, James said after the game. I gotta be productive for the team and do what I can do. That mindset is a testament to the mentality and professionalism that has kept him relevant and effective at 41 years old, playing in his 22nd NBA season and still driving outcomes for his team night after night. There are very few players in the history of professional sports who have maintained this kind of competitive standard for this long, and moments like these serve as a reminder of exactly why James continues to be one of the sport's most compelling figures. The game itself was tightly contested throughout the night, with neither team able to pull away decisively until the final minutes when the Lakers managed to secure enough defensive stops to hold on for the 3-point win. James credited the team's defensive execution down the stretch and also praised his teammates Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves for their outstanding offensive contributions, which were absolutely pivotal in keeping the Lakers in front when it mattered most. We got a couple more stops, he said. They played some good offensive gameplay by individuals, by teams. Both teams shot really well, but we were able to get a couple stops. Obviously, Luka and AR were phenomenal offensively, but we just needed to get that win. Looking beyond the individual performance, James emphasized just how important it is for the team to finally be healthy enough to compete with a full roster and to start building real continuity. The Lakers have struggled with lineup consistency all season long due to a seemingly endless wave of injuries that has affected nearly every significant player on the roster. James himself missed substantial time at the very start of the year. With everyone now healthy and available, he believes the team must take full advantage of every game together to develop trust, chemistry, and an understanding of each other's tendencies on both ends of the floor. Every game, every second we're on the floor together, it helps, James said. Like I said All-Star Weekend, we don't know what we're gonna be until we get fully healthy. And tonight was one of the first games where JJ and the coaching staff could look down and see everybody was available. So we just gotta keep pushing. We got a tough team coming in on Sunday, a lifetime NBA rivalry, so we gotta be ready for them. They're playing great basketball too. For a Lakers team with legitimate championship aspirations, maintaining health and building cohesion through the remainder of the regular season is the most critical task now standing between them and the postseason position they are seeking. The 41-year-old's willingness to push through pain and illness underscores just how much this moment means to him. With time in the league winding down, James appears determined to give everything he has remaining to bring another title to Los Angeles. Games like Friday's win over the Clippers, while not statistically memorable for James personally, are the kind of character-defining moments that speak volumes about his leadership and commitment to winning above all else. The Los Angeles Lakers organization made a move to bolster the size and depth of their G League affiliate this week, as the South Bay Lakers announced they had acquired 6'11" center Malik Williams from the the College Park Skyhawks in a trade. In exchange for Williams, South Bay sent the Skyhawks a 2026 first-round G League draft pick, originally coming from Rip City via Rio Grande Valley by way of Osceola, as well as a 2027 first-round G League pick. The move adds an intriguing big man to the South Bay roster and keeps a long, talented center within close range of the NBA club in case the Lakers determined they could use his services at the highest level. Williams, 27, brings a fascinating background to the South Bay organization. Coming out of high school, he was regarded as a 5-star recruit and one of the most coveted big men in his class, drawing massive expectations from scouts and analysts across college basketball. He committed to the University of Louisville, where he spent 5 seasons with the Cardinals before declaring for the 2022 NBA Draft. Despite his pedigree and the expectations surrounding his professional potential, Williams went undrafted when the 2022 draft concluded, beginning what has been a challenging but persistent journey through professional basketball. His professional career started overseas with Anwil Włocławek of the Polish Basketball League before he transitioned to the American professional system. Williams then spent time with the Sioux Falls Skyforce, the Miami Heat's G League affiliate, where he began building his resume in the domestic developmental league. From there, his journey took him to the Toronto Raptors and Atlanta Hawks organizations before landing with the College Park Skyhawks, the Hawks G League affiliate, this season. The path has been winding and full of obstacles, but Williams has continued to compete and develop at each stop along the way. This season with College Park, Williams showed the production and physical tools that convinced the South Bay Lakers to give up 2 first-round G League picks to bring him aboard. Across 17 regular season G League appearances, the center averaged an impressive 16.0 points, 9.6 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.2 blocks per game, while shooting 38.7% from the field and 31.9% from three-point range on 6.8 attempts per contest. Those are eye-catching numbers for a center of his size, particularly the three-point shooting and all-around statistical contributions that suggest a player with modern versatility at the big man position. Williams also had a brief stint with the Atlanta Hawks on a 2-way contract this season before being waived in January. The NBA experience, even if limited, provides some insight into the level of attention his play has attracted. His career NBA averages sit at 2.7 points and 5.4 rebounds per game in 7 appearances, with modest shooting numbers at the league's highest level. But it is his G League production and physical measurements, standing 6'11" with the length and athleticism to affect the game in multiple ways, that make him an interesting developmental asset for the Lakers organization. The move did not happen in isolation. Shortly before acquiring Williams, South Bay had parted ways with center Walker Kelly via a G League buyout. Kelly, a 7-foot big man, had been with the South Bay organization since signing with the Lakers last August after going undrafted. He averaged solid numbers for South Bay this season, 8.3 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks per game, but was ultimately released, opening the door for Williams to join the affiliate. Kelly is now reportedly heading to the Philippine Basketball Association to continue his professional career. While this transaction was made at the G League level and is not expected to immediately affect the Lakers' NBA roster, the move signals the organization's ongoing commitment to maintaining depth at the center position in their developmental pipeline. Williams' size, scoring ability, and floor-stretching potential at 6'11" make him a player worth monitoring as the season progresses. Should the Lakers find themselves needing a big body due to injuries or roster adjustments in the coming weeks, Williams will be nearby and within reach as an option. For now, he joins a South Bay team that continues to be active and aggressive in reshaping its roster around players with real NBA upside. For a franchise with championship aspirations, maintaining a well-stocked G League affiliate is an important part of the overall organizational strategy. The ability to call up a player like Williams on short notice, a player with legitimate size, scoring production, and professional experience, gives the Lakers front office additional flexibility as the regular season pushes toward its conclusion. Williams' story is also one worth rooting for from a human perspective. He entered professional basketball with enormous expectations and has faced repeated setbacks along the way, going undrafted, bouncing between leagues and organizations, and still finding the motivation and drive to keep competing and improving. His production this season in the G League suggests that he has not given up on his dream of establishing himself as a reliable NBA player, and joining the South Bay Lakers gives him yet another opportunity to prove himself in front of one of basketball's most storied franchises. If he can continue performing at the level he has shown in recent weeks, the chance at meaningful minutes at the next level may not be far away.